Time for the 49ers Rush Podcast. And here's your host, John Chapman.
What is going on, faithful? It is a wonderful Victory Monday. Anytime you come off a win, you feel everything just tastes better. Coffee's better, breakfast is better, sleep's better. It's all better. And anytime that you beat your division rivals, I think we want to say that term would apply to the Rams. 2-0, you walk into their house, you take over their stadium, which was so cool, and you just freaking beat them into submission. It's a great thing. And it's weird because I feel as though this season, which we're at the midway point, right? The bye week, week 9, we played 8 of 17 games. That's where we're at. I feel like we've already been through such a roller coaster of emotions to get to this point. We've had gigantic ups, which I think this and the Seattle game would be the two kind of bright spots of this season thus far. And we've had some low points. The Rams, the Bears, the Falcons, the Chiefs. Like, pick your poison there. But there's just something there, David, and I'm with you. CMC, Debo, Kittle, Juice, Ayuk, what are y'all going to do? That's exactly right. Like, it's starting to click. And, this was even brought up by Kyle Shanahan. And so I want to play this clip. Shout out to the ever amazing Juan Solis, which hopefully if you guys came out and party with us this week in LA, you got to see him, which was really, really cool. But, Kyle was asked about going into the bye week. And several of the players, even George Kittle even said this, man, I wish we didn't have a bye week right now. We feel like we finally figured it all out. But the 49ers need a bye week, very, very bad. But let's hear from the head coach himself. We're going to get into some grades from Pro Football Focus. I finished the first half of the film breakdown. We're even going to go through and play some of those clips on the show today. So buckle up. We got a lot to talk about, but let's hear from the head coach himself, Kyle Shanahan, on what it's like going into the bye.
Going into the bye week 3-5 makes it a lot more depressing of a bye week. I'm very well aware of the record, and 4-4 feels, it's one game better, but it feels a hell of a lot better than 3-5. But you got to be prepared for that either way. And regardless of whether we're 4-4, I've been 5-0 and haven't made the playoffs, and been 3-6 before and made it, been 3-5 and made it. So none of that stuff I try to get too caught up in. It's about getting better throughout injuries, throughout the year. And I feel there's a couple things we've done the last few weeks where I feel that's going the right direction. Offensively, we've had to overcome some injuries on defense. But really to get this win right now, get into the bye, hopefully those guys have earned it. Hopefully they can get healthier, get some guys back, and definitely put ourselves in a much better position to come back and try to make a run at this.
Yeah, that's again, it's all about positioning at this point for the playoffs. And the most important thing, the record, you would look at 4-4 and you'd be like, it's not that great. But whenever you look at the fact that the 49ers are 3-0 in the division against, again, the Seahawks, who are in first place, you swept for the 4th consecutive regular season in a row the Rams, who won the Super Bowl last year. You still have 2 games against the Cardinals. You got to be happy with where they are. Again, 49ers have not been 3-0 in the division since 2011. It's been over a decade. Now, those were some really good teams back then. We lost the NFC Championship that year. But, and again, Shanahan alluded to this. Okay, you were 3-5 last year, right? Now you're 4-4. But to kind of amplify that, last year, 2021, you were 3-5. You were 4 games out of first place, because you were 3-5 and the Cardinals were 7-1. That was the end. You had the Rams ahead of you as well. And you were at 0-3 in the division. So, you were 0-3 last year. You eventually rallied to get that wild card spot and then went on that run. That's great. Well, this year, you're 3-0. You're one game out of first place. So it's just completely different. And I feel personally, I don't know. I think that this team, 2022, is a better roster than the 2021 49ers, especially now with CMC. Now, shout out to Johnny Dale, best in the biz. He says, I'm in a glass case of emotion, channeling his inner Will Ferrell. But yeah, he said for health, they sure do need a bye. And that's the big thing, right? So, things are clicking and you want to just, use that momentum as they're going. But no injured players versus the Rams. That is unheard of. Shanahan started off by saying there's no injury report. Nobody got hurt, which is crazy. Don't expect many more of those, to be honest with you. But whenever you look at it, though, you're right. The injuries, that's going to be key. It's going to be key because you're getting guys back now. Eric Armstead, I expect to be back soon. Aziz going to be back. Dre Greenlaw's going to be back. I don't think Kinlaw's coming back for a while, guys. Maybe not come back, which is it's heartbreaking. And so, yeah, I think there's a lot there. Yeah, Dave, I think you hit it. Best news of the week was no injury report after the game. We needed it. And so to get those players, imagine coming off a bye week, you get several guys back, and then just get embarrassed at home, because that's what the Rams just did. So there's good bye weeks and there's bad bye weeks. 49ers need to have a good one and stack some good practices. B&D, what's up, man? He says, shout out to Ray McCloud. Hidden yardage on the punt returns, fumble recovery, even had to block to secure Jimmy on the rollout. Yeah, I thought, again, I've only gone through the first half of film. I thought Ray played great. Very, very good. He even had one of the best plays against the Chiefs as well. So Ray paid dividends this week. Now, did he make a lot of plays? He could have. That deep ball, it was such a bad pass. But that's okay. That's okay. But yeah, Ray McCloud, I thought played great. Again, look at this. Charles, he says, sup, Chappie. Thought Burks showed out more than DFF by a mile. If we just look at the grades from Pro Football Focus, again, I haven't broke down all the defensive film yet. Oren Burks was 4th. He had a 71.3 grade. He played 58 snaps, so 58 out of all 58 snaps, 7 tackles, 3 solo stops. They did target him a lot, which, D'Amico put him in some real bad situations. One of the touchdowns went to what's his name, Cooper Kupp, and it was Burks on Kupp. Like, you can't put him in that situation, can't be manipulated over that way. But yes, Burks played great. And so you look at what DFF did last game, the worst defensive performance from a linebacker I've seen in a long time, to Burks being above average. Now, was he Greenlaw good? No, but he should have been the guy the previous week. But I was very thankful and happy with how he played. Now, if we're sticking with the defensive film and defensive grades, let's do that, and let's hear from the great Nick Bosa, who cracks me up. He finished number 1. Shocker. Nick Bosa was number 1 with an 82.4 grade. Fred Warner, 81.4 grade. So you're getting your studs to play like studs, which I like. O'Menahue, 77.2. He was 3rd. Burks, 4th. Jimmy Ward played 56 snaps out of 58. So he took a couple plays off, but he played very well. Demo Talanoa Hufanga, 7. Kevin Givens, nice rebound game. He was out there. He finished 8th. Now, if we look at the bottom tier, hold on. Let's stick with this positive part. And this, to the casual fan and to the box score scouts, you're going to look at this game and be like, oh, Nick Bosa had a bad game. Like, he wasn't in the backfield a lot. And there wasn't a lot of pressure. Well, there was a reason why. They went into halftime and changed their entire plan. Let's let Bosa kind of explain that.
We came into the game and kind of had to feel them out, see what they're going for. They screened us a ton, and we just had to come in at halftime and realize that it's going to be that type of game, and we're not going to get after them until we are able to stop the screens and the play action stuff. So once we just accepted that and played as hard as we can, we shut them down.
Yeah. I mean, you had to adjust it because, again, if you looked at the Chiefs game, It was screens, it was jet sweeps, it was all those things. And so whenever you're constantly sending your ends crashing as hard as they can to get to the pass rusher, well, that opens you up for those screens. So what did they do? They had to change it. They had to change basically what they were doing. And yeah, Bosa had 3 pressures, 1 sack, 1 more quarterback hit in a hurry, 2 solo run stops. But like he had to kind of change the way it all worked. You weren't just rushing. You couldn't do that anymore with what was going on. So, oh, what's up, Shot J says, like, subscribe, Patreon, show your support. Oh, speaking of, I gotta say shout out to my man. We had a good time hanging out, and I really do appreciate all the different people that we got to hang out with and party with this weekend. It was awesome. And probably one of my favorite things. It is my favorite thing, just getting to meet all these awesome people. And I had the awesome opportunity to hang out with some people this weekend. And I didn't ask if he wanted his name on there, so I probably shouldn't put that. I'll text him. But I had a gift from somebody showing up that want to give out some Patreon memberships. Now, I can't give out Patreon memberships, but he paid for people to try the Frank Gore tier, which is $8 a month, and he paid for it. So if you are somebody that's wanted to come check out our Patreon channel, I need you to email me, 49ersrushpodcast.com. And the first 8 people that email me, I'm going to basically Venmo you, Cash App, whatever, you your first month's payment. So once you sign up on Patreon, then I'll send that over to you. So thank you, Shot J. I appreciate that. And man, just this community continues to give. I don't want to put his name out there. I need to text him and see if that's what he wants. But come check it out. Every single offensive snap, defensive snap, special team snap, bonus episodes, Zoom hangouts. It's all there. And it's the best way to support the channel. So like, even if you're one of those people that's like, you know what? I don't have time to do all those things. That's cool. Support the channel. Maybe you get to watch 1 or 2 things. Just go to patreon.com/49ers Rush Podcast, or you can Google 49ers and Patreon. We're the first thing that pulls up. I love it. Scott, thank you, man. He says, John, missed you in LA, saving for a house. Have a beverage on me. Thank you, my friend. That is incredible. And good luck on your house hunt. I get it, man. You got to take care of the family. I love it. I love it. Yes, Josh, he says, any Patreon film being released today? Just finished recording the first half offensive breakdown. It's uploading now. So as soon as this show's over, that's going to be put up on Patreon. So yeah, we're going to get at least one out. You got to take the kiddo trick-or-treating with his girlfriend, which is like a new, it's going to be interesting. We'll see how that goes. Oh, Tim Ford, my buddy. We got a new member. That's what's up, man. Appreciate that, Tim. Just good dude. Used to be in a fantasy league with this dude, and he used to beat me all the time. Not cool. But glad to see you, Tim. So, and Lee, I'm with you here. I do believe Jeff Wilson should be traded. I know I'm in the minority on this. Whenever the rumors came out about teams fielding calls for Jeff Wilson, I was like, oh my gosh, if you can get anything for him, I would do it. It's the last year of his deal, and you have TDP, you have Mason, you're about to get Elijah Mitchell back. And I know a lot of people are just like, oh, we need to stay because we have all these injuries and all that stuff. I agree, but scared money don't make no money. Because you're not going to get a comp pick for Jeff Wilson if he walks, which I think he will, now that we have Christian McCaffrey and Elijah Mitchell. So if you could get a 6 for him, I would take it in a heartbeat. But that's just me. I understand people disagree on that, but you got to get it. Get what you can. We spend a lot of picks at the running back position to get CMC. Let's recoup some of that if you can. I would do that completely. What's up, Nunya? Appreciate it. He says, best 49ers content on YouTube. Ah, that is awesome, man. Really appreciate that. What's up, Phil? Glad to see you guys with us. Now, one thing that I did want to talk about, and I do want to say shout out to Juan Solis. He did some fun stuff with some film clips. So let's talk about some of these touchdown plays, which I thought were just absolutely incredible. So let's start off with probably the play of the day, and that was the McCaffrey double pass to Ayuk.
I remember Thursday night when we were doing the red zone, me yelling down the rooms, just anyone will answer. Does anyone know if Christian can throw? And then Brian Fleury emailed or sent through text. a video of him throwing like a 53-yarder a few years ago. So when I saw that, I felt he could throw, and we were up to him in practice the next day, and he did throw good then and threw great today.
McCaffrey behind the line, looking to throw it, airs it out, has Ayuk wide open. He's got it for the touchdown. McCaffrey, the touchdown pass to Ayuk from 34. What a dandy.
Dude, it was so cool being there, man, and just being with those people. But shout out to Juan for taking the extra time, who was at the game, by the way, and getting those clips in there just so we can kind of relive that. What an amazing ball. Probably one of the best. It was the best pass of the day. Just got to be really, really honest with you. But having said that, I do think Jimmy looked good. And Benji, he says, that's the most calm Jimmy has looked in the pocket, even with the play breaking down, seems in total control. Wonder if it's due to run CMC as a check down. You're right, man. There was, just through the first half, okay, there were one difficult ball. There was one difficult ball, and it was incomplete. That was a deep ball to Ray Ray. One deep pass. That was it, and it was late, and it was short. But he did have one that should have been intercepted. But everything else was just easy passes. Check down, Kittle open, those things. So there's something to be said for, look, man, make it simple. And I think that CMC has elevated and made everybody go back to the basics, including Shanahan, including Jimmy Garoppolo. Like, look, you don't have to overthink this. There was one play in particular where it was fake a screen to Ayuk to the left and then go deep to Kittle. So you see Jimmy do the pump fake. Then he looks deep. Well, they were double cover bracket coverage on Kittle. So then he just went right back down and checked it down to where they faked it to Ayuk the first time. So fake to Ayuk, look deep. Okay, go back to Ayuk. And he was literally just posted up on the line of scrimmage, out in the flat, just standing there. But they didn't jump on it. So it's like, hey, you're going to do a cover 4 shell over the top against Jimmy G. Check down. And it worked. And I will say this too. There were only 4 called screens. A lot of those passes weren't supposed to be the check down, but the fact that we're getting him to check down, I think that's everything. And then talking about that, let's stick with this. Let's stay with the Jimmy touchdown to McCaffrey, which I thought was freaking awesome. I don't think the ball was supposed to go to McCaffrey, but I don't care.
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, Jimmy went all the way across the board. Started with a receiver on the left side. I think it was Ray. Went to the right. We were pulling Christian out just on a wide route to kind of pull coverage, open up other people. And they dropped in all zones, so everyone was sitting there in the middle. And Jimmy was allowed. I mean, it had to have been unbelievable protection, the fact that he was allowed to go all the way across. And the buzzer kind of stepped up on Christian, and he just snuck by the end zone. And those two made a hell of a play. And it's a play you don't think you're going to have time for. So the defense the O-line did a hell of a job giving time for that off schedule.
I mean, it was awesome. Now, Kittle and CMC were asked who was the intended guy, and I thought this was fun.
Oh, I'm not sure. Probably me. I'm assuming, but I think me and George are happy with whoever would have got that one.
I mean, I was a clear out on that. Usually we don't run that play from we usually run that from the 20 or the 30. So I was just kind of scrambling around trying to get open. But I think Jimmy saw him. I didn't see Christian at all, and he just snagged that. But, hey, I got one at the end, so I'm okay with it.
There you go. So the fact that, each of them got one, which is awesome. That was fun. And so, Josh, I like this question. It's interesting. He says, do the Rams go forward and trade for Hunt even with the loss? I don't know. I really don't know, because they're in a weird place. They're not a good team, and yeah, they're 3-4, which isn't the end of the world. But okay, I'm going to kind of channel this, because Nick Bosa literally said they quit. And I felt that way too, watching the game. I was like, dude, why are they not even trying to throw the ball? They're down 7 points at some point. And so, or not 7 points, they were down more than that, but there were 7 minutes left. Sorry. Thank you. Yeah, listen to Bosa. Again, he felt this on the field as well. I kept saying the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of surprised when they gave up a little early on I think there was maybe 6 or 7 minutes left, and they ran the ball on third down. I was hoping for some more pass rushes there, but I guess they didn't have confidence in coming back.
And you saw it on the tape. You saw it defensively. You saw offensively. You saw it. Like, they were done. Do you win? I mean, it's just the way it goes. And so, again, just sticking with this, again, going back to the grades here. Offensively, number one was Trent Williams, who was incredible. Having a healthy Trent Williams out there is just, it's beautiful. 85.8 grade. CMC had a 78.5 grade. I think a big reason why his grade was lower was the drop pass, which was a fumble, then ruled incomplete, then the fumble. He had a low run blocking grade, but I think the problem with Pro Football Focus is it doesn't take into account super high plays or super low plays, which is why McGlinchey always grades out so well and why CMC only got a 78.5 grade. Because, yeah, the best you can get in Pro Football Focus is a +2 on a play. That's it. +2 points. Well, that freaking halfback pass or the touchdown or whatever, you can only get 2 points on that. And so I don't think it measures. I think where it falls short is the explosives, negative and positive plays. Brunskill finished third with a 77 grade. Jimmy G, fourth, 75.6. Ayuk, 72.9. Dwelly, who was awesome, 71.4. So kind of see there. Now, the worst player, Spencer Burford, his film, which I saw 1 or 2 bad plays in the first half, but he played 31 snaps. He had a 25.8 grade. Snead, 52.4. Croft, 55.9. And then Brindle, 57.9, and McGlinchey, 58.1. So yeah, take that for what you want. But, again, just sticking with this, the question that started this whole conversation, this little segment, how did Jimmy look? Well, Kyle was asked that exact same question, and I kind of like the way he responded.
I thought he was real good on third down. I know Ramsey got his hands on that one where he was a blitzer, and then he just stopped, so that one kind of surprised him. But for the most part, I thought Jimmy was good with the ball, and he made that huge off-schedule play to get to Dwelly down the sidelines, made one a Christian. Then it was a hell of a throw going to George there at the end.
Rolling, looking, throwing, power for the touchdown, George Kittle.
I mean, it's just so, man, again, shout out to Juan. And if you guys like those videos, let me know. We'll see if YouTube lets us keep those up. That's where we're going to be there. And yeah, I'm with you on that throw, David. I think Kittle would have been out of bounds if it went to him as well. CMC just made it, just what a freaking, almost like a middle finger to Kyle Shanahan, right? Like, you were the one, the Rams and the 49ers were up in the bid price against each other to get them. The 49ers edge them out. And then you come out and you, again, throw a touchdown, catch a touchdown, rush for a touchdown. One of 11 players in NFL history to do so. It's just such a oh, man. It was awesome. Yeah, McGlinchey needs his own, tier on PFF because he was so bad. And you saw it. I mean, 2 of the first half drives that ended were because of McGlinchey. He single-handedly, you should have had at least a field goal, but the sack pushed us out of that, and we had a punt. And then we were in the red zone, and another sack made us settle for a field goal. Should have had a touchdown. We were at the 8-yard line. Had to kick a field goal because McGlinchey had back-to-back bad plays there. Now, I'm curious to see how he responds. But the film's been bad for a while on McGlinchey. Let's just be let's just be honest. He's been bad for a while. Grand, what's up, man? He says that pass to Kittle was a dime. There were several good plays. And again, I haven't finished the second half breakdown, but yeah, that was a great ball. It was safe ball, which I think is important. Finding, where you could put the ball in a way that's not going to put the ball in jeopardy. Let's be fair. 2 of these passes should have been intercepted. Jimmy finished with a clean stat line, but he still had 2 Jimmy throws that literally hit the defender in the hands. Both times Jalen Ramsey too. And somehow you got out of that, which was awesome. But it wasn't like Jimmy went out there and was all world. Did he have some great plays? Yes. I thought his decision-making was great. I thought his pocket presence was great. His awareness level was great. Those 2 plays, not so much. The deep ball to Ray that was late and short, that's okay. I don't mind that. Was it a good pass? No, it wasn't. But I want him to continue trying to take those stabs at it. I think that's important. Speaking of taking stabs at it, man, betting was fun this weekend. Hopefully you guys enjoyed betting with us. Real quick word from my book. You guys know what it is. It is winning season at my bookie. As always, if you want to enjoy the football games, 49ers, or just NFL, or really any sport in general, you can bet on anything over there. MyBookie.ag. We've been with them for years. Very trusted site. Get your money in, get your money out easily. And on top of that, all season, double deposit bonus. Whenever you first deposit your money, let's say you deposit $250, you get $500 credited to your account if you just use our promo code 49ERS, or scan this QR code right to the side of me if you're watching this on YouTube. And again, it just sets you up completely. My bookie is incredible. Bet with us. We're on Patreon. We share our bets every single week, all season long. So join us, mybookie.ag, promo code 49ers. Bet anytime, anywhere with my bookie. Probably my favorite bet of the week that we put on. I didn't bet the under, but I took an ulterior under line, and I think we did 54.5 points because the under was supposed to be, I think, like 40. It was like 52 maybe. So we bumped it up, and sure enough, they scored 55 points. We were at 55.5. So I was so glad about that, which was fun. Tommy, he says, can we please cut McBust Lynchy? I'll say this. I don't consider Mike McGlinchey a bust at all. I think that he is an average right tackle, above average run blocking right tackle that is a zone fit scheme specific, but the negative plays and pass protection are just, it's too much. So you don't cut him, obviously, but I'm going to, Daniel Brunskill should be taking snaps from him and not Spencer Burford, in my opinion. I really want to see somebody work over there. Now, I don't think you cut him because you will get a comp pick for him if he goes, because right tackles just get paid. And my guess is he'll probably get somewhere between the $8 and $11 million a year, just because there's just bad offensive tackles. He's an average right tackle. That's what he is. So he'll get paid, and you will get a comp pick for him if he leaves. So we'll have to see what that looks like. Now, I do want to say, oh, what's up? Check this out. I got this in the mail. Shout out to Nick and Amber over at 49ers.com in charge of their fan engagement. I was live on their show on 49ers.com a while ago for their supporters club, and they asked me to do an unboxing. So if you haven't joined the supporters club, it's pretty awesome. They send you these gifts and stuff in the mail and whatever else. So I thought I'd share some of this stuff. I got a freaking cool poster. I don't know what it is. Let's see here. It's kind of fun doing this live on air. Let's see here. Ooh, check this out, baby. Nice little 49ers thing. And, it's even got my 49. They put my name on there, which is so cool, man. That's awesome. We'll have to hang that up. I might put that in my son's room. I bet he'd like that. So got a cool poster. Let's see what else we got. We got all kinds of stuff in here. Look at this. Got a cool little welcome 49ers faithful with a season member card on there. And it's got all this different kind of stuff that you get with your benefits, and you can scan that, which is cool. Man, this is awesome. Oh, there's more. What's up? Okay, here we go. Oh, got this awesome magnet for the back of your car or your fridge or whatever. And I even got like an awesome little lanyard and holder for your cell phone, which is awesome. So I want to say thank you to them. 49ers Supporters Club. Just go to 49ers.com. That's where that is if you want to join that. And they've been having content creators on, every week, which is really, really cool. It was an awesome honor to be a part of that for sure. Philip, appreciate the gift. My friend, he says, Kittle is the emotional leader of the 49ers. I agree completely. I think that Trent, I'd say Kittle, Debo, Fred Warner for sure. Nick Bosa is one of the leaders for sure. Maybe not emotional though, right? Because that dude is just straight laced all the time. Anyway, so that's where that is. But yeah, I'm with you. He's been incredible. Oh, what's up? Grant said he got his box set on Saturday, which is cool. Yeah, love the Niners swag. My thing is anything I could do to bring people together. and make them feel more a part of the community, whether it's through Niner Supporter Club or all these Rush road trips that we do, which, man, let's just be honest, had a great weekend. Shout out to BC, 49ers SoCal Worldwide. So much fun partying with those guys. Just was such a good time. It was awesome. It was awesome. It was a really good time. And so the tailgate was incredible. Croc came out, hung out. Juan Solis was there. It was just Eric, who runs our Instagram, was there. It was just awesome. I could keep going on and on naming all these awesome people. But if you haven't yet, check us out, 49ersrushroadtrip.com. We've still got lots more parties. We are finalizing all of the details for our Mexico trip, and Mexico is going to be unreal because, one, we have discount hotels. You have 10 days left. November 10th is the last day to get the discount hotel rate for our Mexico trip, so you can stay with us. And it's important you stay with us at the Marriott Reforma. All you got to do is go to 49ersrushroadtrip.com, click on any of those Mexico parties that we have, and you see the link there for your hotels, because we have charter buses picking us up at the hotel, taking us to the party, charter bus taking us from the party to the stadium and back to the hotel. You don't have to pay for transportation. We got you. So anyway, check that out. I love it. Hawaii. Sean, he says, yeah, for 40 Hours Rush podcast soon in Hawaii. I'm down, man. I'm totally down. So just want to say thank you guys to everything. And man, the 49ers greats, it's easy to come out of a game like that where you have no injuries, which is unreal. You just waxed your division rival, and now you have a bye week. And the schedule, oh my gosh, like a lot of it is the NFL is not great this year. There's not a lot of dominant teams. There might be 3 to 5, and I'd say the 49ers are right on the cusp of that. I would not want to play the 49ers no matter what team you are. But like, listen to the schedule, okay? We got a week off. Then we got the Chargers at home. They're, like us, one of the most injured teams in the NFL. But we're going to be getting some of our guys back. Then you got the Cardinals. That's going to be Mexico, which is going to be a blast. They're losing to everybody. Saints might be the worst team in the NFL. They just got blanked. Dolphins, that's going to be huge. And going to have some huge news. We are partnering with some of the local chapters in Santa Clara. And, man, we're working on getting a couple players together for our party in Santa Clara. So stay tuned for that one. That's going to be December 3rd, and we're going to tailgate December 4th. So that Dolphins is going to be a lot of fun. Then you got the Bucks. Good gosh, they don't look good. Seattle, that's the biggest game left on the schedule. At Seattle, that Thursday game. We're going to be there for that one. We're going to party all day Thursday. We'll do a Wednesday get-together, like free, no tickets, whatever, just come hang out. But Thursday, we're going to do a whole, drinks, food included package and all that kind of stuff. So stay tuned for that. Then you got Washington Commanders. They're not good. You finish up with the Commanders, Raiders, Cardinals. All bad teams. And so the 4-4 record right now, excuse me, you just got to look at it and just be like, holy cow. Like, the 49ers are in prime position to make a move. You want to win the division first, so you get that home game. That's huge. The 49ers control their own destiny, literally their own destiny. You get to 10 wins, you're in. You've got 9 games left. You get to 10 wins, you're making the playoffs. That's all there is to it. If you look at the playoffs now, the 49ers are currently in at a 4-4 record. We would be the 7th seed, just like last year. So the 49ers currently are in. They get a rest. We'll see what happens. Matt, just listen to the game. Can't watch, but our team with injuries still a top 10 team. Yeah, which is exactly correct. With where they are, I feel really good. Now, the trade deadline is tomorrow. I don't think we're going to buy anything. I think we could sell Jeff Wilson. I could see that. But I don't think there's going to be any trades. I think the 49ers spent so much capital. I don't think that's really going to change. So, anyway, going to be over on Patreon most of the day. That offensive breakdown's about to come up. And then I got some stuff I'm working on more this week. But it's bye week, baby. I might even take a day off. I haven't taken a day off in a long time. I don't know. Maybe not. We'll see. We'll see how I feel. My wife said I should. We'll see. But thank you guys. Appreciate you guys for the support. Man, it feels good. Victory Monday. I love it. It should be a little easier. But until next time, stay strong, faithful.